So, Mega Man 2 is... And by the way, I love the music here for the remix of the Mega Man 3 title theme. Or no, the menu, rather. I think it's really cool. And it took me a while. When I first started playing the Legacy Collection, I was like, what is that from? I couldn't remember. And then I was like, oh yeah, Mega Man 3. As I talked about on the podcast, I didn't play Mega Man 3 for that long back in the day. It just, I don't know, it didn't connect with me. So, let's play some Mega Man 2 for a little bit, and then I'll see what this video is like, and we'll go from there. So the year 200X has always kind of confused me, but... I like how Mega Man is a robot, and he's got hair that goes away right away. Alright, so you can go to pretty much any stage, I would say, to start off, besides... I wouldn't try Quick Man first. You gotta be pretty daring to try to do those flames without Flash Man. And even with Flash Man, it's still... The last time I played through this game, it was still pretty tough. So... I like the PS4 controller for playing this game, because I can go X and square. X for jumping and square for shooting. And it gives me the turbo. Which works out really well. It reminds me of the old NES Advantage that I used so much growing up. I hated this is gonna sound blasphemous, but I hated the NES controller. I still kinda do. And was always, as a kid, looking for different controllers, and there were so many. There was the NES Max, which had like an analog circle kind of thing like the DS does, and that didn't work very well. I think I broke it. One of the buttons, I broke it. There was a wireless controller too that I want to say Acclaim made, maybe? Somebody like that. And it was one of those things that, like, in theory worked and really didn't all that well. Ah, yes, thank you. I was trying to hop up there because there's an energy thing up here. Ah, you gotta jump. One time I replayed this game a number of years ago, it's probably about 10 years ago. I could not for the life of me get into Flashman's lair. I kept falling. And probably is about 3 or 4 minutes of it before I finally made it. I was so mad. And now Flashman's pretty easy. Yeah. As a kid, I remember feeling pretty smart when I figured out that, Flashman was probably the easiest level in the game. Oh, jeez. Strobe lights are not good. Hey, it's the captain from Space Mutiny. The first time I saw that MST3K episode when it premiered, I was like, oh, Dr. Light. Cameron Mitchell's character in Space Mutiny. Which was just reissued on Rift Tracks as well. I wish Rift Tracks would do a new version of Space Mutiny. I was, every time they ask for, like, hey, what should we do? I'm always like, hey, do a live version of Space Mutiny. It'd be so awesome. Let's go Bubble Man. I really like Bubble Man's theme. It's kind of jazzy. And the waterfall background is really cool too. This all prepared me for Castlevania games, which had the falling, falling platforms, like in Dracula X and Castlevania. I've just been playing Castlevania Chronicles for the podcast, and that has a level with those too. Oh, thank you. Kind of confused by why Dr. Wily would create robots that gave you extra lives, but whatever. So I always have all these kayfabe questions to ask about games, as we've talked about on the podcast. That's always one of my favorite segments to do for a game, is to like, hey, I got some questions about the world of this game. When I was a kid, I was so good at just touching the buttons the right way. When I was testing this morning, I died a couple times in here. My PS4 controllers, the buttons are pretty worn in, too, so... Ooh. Let's just go through, and then do this. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, I should have gotten the Metal Man, because Metal Man really, Metal Man takes out Bubble Man really easily, because he can shoot up, and since Bubble Man goes upwards, he can really wipe them out fast. Oh, there's another extra life. Oh, yeah. Playing this game as an adult, as a kid, I always thought these levels were longer than they are. And I remember reading something, I think it was on 1UP, that was talking about the levels being shorter. This is years and years ago, because now 1UP's been gone for a long time. And just thinking, no, really? And then playing the game again for the first time in a bunch of years and realizing that they're... Yeah, see, if you had Metal Man, he'd be dead already. Yeah, got him. Land... Ah! There we go. Cool. I love how he beams away. It's really cool. And the bubble lead will come up later in the game. Actually, there's a couple of enemies you can, a couple of the robot masters you can beat too. Bubble lead does pretty well, if I remember correctly, against Flashman. Metal Man. Cool design. I like the blade as like a eyepiece. I think that's a really cool, instructive moment right there, where the energy tank is at the end, and it really teaches you very quickly how far back you can move, which sets you up for right here, where then you see, oh, I'm moving quick, and I'm going backwards. And if you got hit at all in there, going through those clamps, you can get your energy back pretty easily right here. I think that's a really good design to give you this kind of difficult thing to get through, maybe. You know, if you were a kid back then, that might be a little hard, but then, okay, you can have back your energy. That's a reward. I think that's cool. Yeah, there we go. Hey, did you ever agonize about whether you're supposed to jump down here? I did the first time, like, oh, and then you jump down, okay, I'm alright. I just did that in, I think it was when I was playing through Mega Man 4, there were a couple spots in that vein where, am I supposed to jump down? Is something supposed to happen right now? This is cool. Clowns on metal wheels. That's so cool. And don't do what I used to do as a kid and rush in there. Just wait. And then jump. I used to race into enemies like that so much. I think I talked about it when we were playing Super Mario World, but that was really the game that taught me to slow down a lot. Slow down, assess the situation, see what the pattern of an enemy is. And, oh, jeez. Yes, good. Yes, hit me, unbeatable enemies. One thing that's kind of a problem in this game is enemies, and you saw this in the Flashman stage too, where enemies come at you again if you go slightly backwards. That's a problem in a couple of Capcom games. In our episode about DuckTales, I talked about that a little bit too. Yeah, Metal Man's a little harder here. But we got him. And now we have the metal blades, which makes things much easier. I like that color too. If we got the metal blades, might as well do Woodman. This is a cool theme. Those rabbits are annoying. Not in this part, but coming up. As a kid, I used to get nervous going through this level because I used to think these gigantic cats were much more ferocious, I think, in how much they could take off of you. And I always get nervous. And then, of course, you're trying to kill them and also knock out the birds before they can go. It's hard. This morning when I was playing around with this, I got it, or I got them both at the same time coming up here. Ah, come on. For this one. I got them both at the same time, which was pretty cool. Yeah, this game is pretty rewarding with power-ups. I think it's pretty fair. Yeah, thank you. So cool. It's a neat weapon. He doesn't go down quick as Bubble Man, but pretty fast. And the leaf shield, which I don't... And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know which Robot Master that's helpful. I swear there is one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I love that color green. Alright, let's do one more. Airman. Airman, I think, was the first Robot Master I beat. Because the kid in my neighborhood who had the game before me had trouble with it, so I'd watched him go through the level, 30, 40 times, so I had it pretty down pat by the time I started playing. And you don't want to lose energy here, because if you get a power up at the edge, there's going to be like a little tenth of a second delay that's gonna knock you off. Like that. Yeah, this is tough. It's very tricky. I dig the frown. I dig the frowns on their faces. They look so disappointed. Ooh, almost fell. Ah, same place. Jeez. Oh! Ow. Eh. Oh well. And so, for some reason, you want the password? There you go. Alright, so we'll wrap this up for now. You know, hopefully this sounds good. I'm gonna go check it on Twitch in a minute. And we'll start posting it, and, you know, maybe we'll start doing this more. Alright, talk soon.